I expected to like Marathon from afar, just like Tarkov, just like Hunt Showdown, enjoy its complexity, world, and moments through various clips, reviews, and videos, never quite overcoming its brutal knowledge and skill requirements. Gear fear, toxic players, hardcore grinders, all of these aspects had me initially swear off of Bungie's newest release. But I also like games, so I did hop on Marathon's free server slam a week before its release. I figured it'd be a quick adventure, in and out, die to some bullshit as I juggled 7 different ammo types, and I'd confidently lay down my controller and say I tried my best. That's not what happened. Before I talk big about why Marathon works, we gotta know what it is. For my friends thinking about buying the game, listen closely. Marathon is an extraction first-person shooter. The core loop consists of equipping items from your personal vault, located in the main menu, loading into a PvPvE environment, gathering more loot from a variety of sources, and either extracting, successfully adding found items to your vault, or dying, rendering all items found and brought lost forever. So yeah, sure, that's what you do. That's why it's fun. But believe it or not, that's not your goal. Various factions have quests for you to complete in these maps. The real attraction is how you, the pro gamer that you are, entwine these quests with the gameplay loop, or how much you can fuck it up. But you do. Again and again. At first I thought I was lucky. Then I thought it was fate, until I realized that Marathon is a game for everyone. So let me break it down. Any extraction shooter has 2 main hurdles to overcome: the complexity of its systems and the price of failure. This is perhaps why I bounced right off of Tarkov. The barrier to entry for my 9-to-5 lifestyle was just too much. I didn't feel free to learn because getting used to the systems resulted in failure, killed by players who already are used to those same complexities. And failure results in less opportunities to learn, as your stash quickly dwindles to nothing. Don't get me wrong though, for those people who enjoy those same complex systems, it's an invigorating ride not even rivaled by Marathon. There's a reason I watch Pestily so much. But in Marathon, the price of learning is significantly curved. Not only do you have the Rook shell, you have sponsored kits, and most importantly, you always feel like you have a chance. So why is Marathon succeeding? It's simple, really. Marathon is incredibly fun to fail at. Regardless if you are doing solo runs or with your friends in a party of 3, the fights feel invasive and kinetic. As long as I'm putting up a good fight, I'm a happy camper. So, what does full, genuine failure look like in Marathon? It's a net loss, the total reallocation of priorities based on what is lost from your vault. If it was any other extraction shooter, that would be the primary gameplay style. But in Marathon, it's one of 3. So let's start with the easiest, the Rook. The Rook is the shell or class you can only utilize solo. Moreover, you may only join 3 party sessions halfway in, during the most dangerous time with the most rewarding loot. The Rook's kit is given to you for free, usually with a shitty primary weapon and with upgrades even a couple of claymores. But most importantly, the Rook comes equipped with a green backpack. This facilitates a very specific gameplay style, the scavenger. You are not here to hunt, you're here to collect, you're here to pick off the weak, you're here to become stronger by being a rat. The Rook, more than any other shell, must play patient, utilize audio cues, and make friends, be it with the UESC via its primary ability or with other Rooks looking for strength in numbers. This natural want to team up is genuinely important. Since all Rooks cannot accept contracts, they all have the exact same objective: loot, wreak havoc, and leave. And with the player disadvantage, teaming up is almost always a good idea. The Rook works because failure is not a net loss, it's a net neutral. Since you were given all your starting equipment, dying results in neutrality. The only thing changing is your knowledge and skill for the next run. Now the third style of play, and the most unique, has to be the sponsored kit. Sponsored kits, or SKs, are free unlimited loadouts you can grab from the armory. They contain a weapon, some ammo, with some low-grade healing and shield packs. Not only that, you can utilize them in any party size and even complete objectives. You spawn in at the start of a round and act like a normal, kitted out player. Again, you can understand the appeal. You cannot produce a net negative loss, only end net neutral. The reason this works as well is how shields function, or more accurately, how they don't. I know, give me 1 second. Shields don't recharge automatically. They are extremely frail, and often a fight is not determined by how much firepower or shield strength the opposing force has, but instead positioning and tactical coordination. I've been learning that the shield bars act almost like an Estus flask in Dark Souls. They don't give you more life, they give you a chance to make more mistakes before a fight breaks out. An enemy finds you first, a green shield is usually enough to let you reposition. An enemy finds you in a tight spot and throws a grenade, good luck getting out without at least a blue quality shield. The point is that everyone is dangerous, no ifs, ands, or buts. So unlike the Rook shell, that sponsored kit you and your friends bring in can absolutely grant you the ability to fight straight up, and come out with some serious upgrades. With that being said, one question I see getting tossed around is, why should I not just use a sponsored kit solo instead of changing to the Rook class? To be extremely reductive, backpack. They're not exactly rare, but the fact that you get one right off the bat is absolutely wild. You can put a lot of shit in there, and spawning halfway through the round allows you to pick through a lot of long dead bodies for items players couldn't carry. If you're playing solo for the purpose of gaining loot, Rook is your friend. If you're playing in a team with the goal of completing low-risk objectives, maybe get a sponsored kit. And if you want to hunt the big dogs, fight against the clock, crack some crazy chests, and enter certain maps, bring your best. Open your vault. All these different gameplay styles intertwine. Strengths and knowledge from one type can carry over to the other, and it's the complete understanding of all these three that constitutes a well-rounded player. And anyone can be a well-rounded player. Thank you for watching. If you're on the fence about this game, I'd absolutely give it a shot and find a playstyle that works for you. If you have enjoyed yourself, think about hitting either of the 2 buttons that make my dopamine go up. And if you really like me, you can always support me on Ko-fi. As always, see you next time.